January the 6th, 2024. Application which was scheduled to appear was mailed out. Is there a legit reason why you did not show up?
You're breaking up really bad. Are you on a landline? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me a little better, sir?
I'm
This is
sorry.
Sergeant
I'm
White.
sorry.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me a little better?
Yes, you were breaking up. I apologize. How can I help you?
Yes, sir. I just want to notify you, sir. This is Sergeant White. Yes, sir. This is Sergeant White, sir. And I just want to notify you. I am with the Tarrant County Sheriff's Office, and I just want to actually notify you, sir, that you were labeled as an absentee for your jury duty panel selection date, which was Monday, January the 6th, 2025, and a notification which was scheduled to appear was mailed out to a one. Is there a legitimate reason why you did not show up to this court appearance, sir?
I didn't know anything about it.
All right, sir. Well, what I want to notify you about, we did mail you out an information package through certified mail. And once we did mail that out through certified mail, we did establish a contact next to your, we did actually establish a signature beside your name. So you were not properly notified that you had a court appearance, sir?
I didn't know anything about a court appearance.
All right, sir. Well, the residency that we have on file for you at this time is a 1433 Meadow Lakes Drive at Zell, Texas. And that zip code, sir, is a 76020. Now, is that a legitimate residency for you?
Yes.
All right, sir. Well, that is what we did. We mailed you out an information package through certified mail, and we mailed that out December the 6th, 2024, sir. And it was right before the New Year, so you did not receive that information package, sir.
No, I didn't get it.
All right, sir. Well, since you are notifying me over this open line of communication, which is being recorded and monitored, that you did not receive the information package that we mailed out to your residency December the 6th, 2024, for your jury duty summons date, which was January the 6th, 2025. What I am going to do on your behalf, sir, let me actually help you with this matter, and let me try to place you into the database as a DNR. And all a DNR simply means is that you did not receive your actual summons. That's why you did not show up to your court appearance. Now,
Okay.
at this time, sir, yes, sir. Let me place you on a brief hold, and let me try to place you into the database as a did not receive. Could you please hold for me?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Please hold. Mr. Winkle, are you still with me? This is Sergeant White.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, sir. The motion I just tried to put in for you, which was a DNR, was unsuccessful due to the 1095 status that the system has placed upon you. A 1095 status is a non-compliant, non-responsive citizen, but the only reason why you were labeled as a 1095 in the database as of now because you were labeled as an absentee for your jury duty panel selection date, which was Monday, January the 6th, 2025. And I just want to notify you, sir, it was a MDL, which is a multi-district litigation, and that means that this was a federal jury duty summons date. And with all federal jury duty summons dates, sir, they do be ongoing trials, and it do not just be one court appearance. Now, in your scenario, you do have an ongoing trial that was roughly about 2 weeks, and it was about 5 court appearances. Now, in that fifth court appearance, once you did not show, you were labeled as an absentee by the Honorable Judge Melody Wilkinson, and that is why a person wants to establish a contact with you, sir, because it do look like you blankly missed out on your civil duty, sir.
Okay.
All right, so what I am going to do, though, I will help you with this matter, and I will help you get this alleviated so you do not have this problem again. If you do have a pen and paper or any type of notes or anything that you could actually write down some information, I want to provide you with my credentials, sir, since I am your contacting officer, and I also need to provide you with your case number. Now, you do have a case number that is attached to the case docket, and it did get passed down to the department. So I
Okay.
do need to provide you with information, sir. Could you
All
write
right.
down something for a quick second?
Yes. Yes.
All right, sir. All right, sir. The first thing I'm going to actually take down, sir, I will have you take down, those are my credentials. I am Sergeant. Sergeant is my level of rank at the department. I am Sergeant Carl White. That is a CarlWhite.
All right.
And I am with the Tarrant County Sheriff's Office, but I am with the Jury Duty Commission Board. I am not at the criminal division, sir.
All right.
My deputy badge number is a 860-869-0000. I repeat, my deputy badge number is a 860-869-54.
Okay.
All right, sir. The next thing I do need to provide you with, that is your case number. Now, you do have a case number that is attached to the case docket. So let me provide you with the case number, sir.
Okay.
All right, sir. Your case number is A as in Apple, D as in Delta, T as in Tango, 1041095. Could you repeat your case number back so I know you have it correctly, sir?
I don't remember it. I'm recording the call, so I've got it on recording for me.
All right, sir. So I just want to provide you with your case number, sir. You will need that case number later on this actual call. So I do need you to keep up with it, sir, if you could.
Okay.
All right, sir. What I am going to do at this time, sir, now I do need to provide you with the courthouse that you did have your MDL, which is your multi-district litigation. And that courthouse, sir, is the Tarrant County Courthouse. That is
Okay.
where you had your MDL, your jury duty summons date. And the only reason why I did want to establish a contact with you, sir, because I'm going to be honest with you, we are in the database as of now. We were just basically trying to be notified, sir, that this is not your original signature, because once we did send that out through certified mail to the residents that we have on file, we did establish a contact with you, sir, and it did come back to the department with a signature beside your name. That's
Okay.
why we thought that it didn't reach you. That's why our last option was this, basically through via mobile courtesy call. And what I
Okay.
did, sir, I just read your background before I even placed this courtesy call. We normally don't do courtesy calls. I'm gonna just be honest with you. Normally, what we do,
Okay.
we have you sign up online. Once that's why we sent you out that information package, sir. Now that information package, it had all the things you would have to sign up online before you came to the court appearances, the dress code in it, the judge,
Okay. Okay.
the it had everything in that information package that we mailed out to your residents. And what we did, since we did establish a contact, an actual signature beside your name, we thought that we did reach you. That's why we did not contact you once the jury duty summons day actually started. And it was on January the 6th, 2025, sir. So
Okay.
what we did, we waited until the entire ongoing trial completed, and when the defendant did plea out, that is when we finally, once the honorable judge did label you as an absentee and then pass your case number down to the department, what I did, sir, I ran your background off top. I'm gonna be honest, and I'll be honest with you, sir. I did not see any blemishes upon your record, so that's why I did give you this courtesy call, because I am already aware that you are a law-abiding citizen, so I will treat you as such, sir.
Okay. I,
All right,
I'm
sir. Let me
I'm
provide you with.
missing the point.
Yes,
What
sir.
are we doing? What are we doing here?
Yes, sir. Let me provide you with the actual courthouse that you were labeled as an absentee, and that was the
Okay.
Tarrant County Courthouse. That address, sir, is a 100 West Weatherford Street, and that
Okay.
is located in Fort Worth, Texas. And that zip code, sir, at this time, that zip code, sir, for the Tarrant County Courthouse, that is a 76196, sir. That is where you had your jury duty panel selection. And I do have to provide you with the honorable judge at this time that did label you as an absentee.
Okay.
Now, that honorable judge, sir, is Melody Wilkinson, and that is a Melody Wilkinson. That is a Wilkinson. Now, that honorable judge, sir, is Melody Wilkinson. That is the honorable judge that did label you as an absentee on that fifth court appearance, and then pass your case number down to the department. All right, sir. So what I am going to do, let me just fully inform you about the legal matter that we do have popped up into the database, so we can just go ahead and get this process alleviated as a whole, sir, and so we can just
Okay.
go ahead and close your case file for your jury duty summons date, and so you do not have this problem again.
Okay. That'd be great.
All right, sir. When the judge and the bailiff check the halls for your jury duty summons date, when you were not in attendance for any of those court appearances, the honorable judge, like I said, did label you as an absentee. But once she did pass your case number down to the department, I'm gonna be honest with you, sir. She were mandated to attach 3 pending citations upon your case number. But these are only misdemeanor C-class citations, but they could get you detained, sir. So that's why I wanted to avoid these citations from becoming active, because at this moment they're only pending. I did not pass these citations or your case number
Okay.
down
All
to
right.
the criminal division, sir. So all I was trying to do it to my best ability was just try to avoid from me passing this down to the criminal division. But what I am going to do, sir, I am with you. I am the sergeant with the Jury Duty Commission Board, and I just want to notify you are in good hands, sir. So what I am going to do at this time, let me provide you with the citations along with their citation codes that have been placed upon you.
Okay.
All right, sir. The three pending citations that have been placed upon you are a 3041, and that is the citation code. And the citation, sir, is a F as in Fox, T as in Tango, A as in Apple, and that is a failure to appear. Now, the second pending citation, sir, that have been placed upon you, the citation code is a 3042, and the citation, sir, is a C as in Charlie, O as in Oliver, C as in Charlie, and that is a contempt of court. Now, I do want to fully inform you, sir, that the first two pending citations that have been placed upon you, they do actually correspond with each other. And they are just routine citations that the judge issue a citizen once they simply miss a jury duty summons date and a court appearance alone, sir. That is a failure to appear and a contempt of court. All right, sir. Now, the last pending citation, the citation code, that is a 3043, and the citation is A as in Apple, O as in Oliver, C as in Charlie, D as in Delta, and that is avoidance of civil duties. Now, I do want to fully inform you, sir, that the last pending citation that has been placed upon you, which is avoidance of civil duties, that is just a routine citation that the judge issue a citizen once they simply miss a jury duty panel selection date, only because, sir, it is your civil duty to actually show up to a jury duty panel selection date. So once you were labeled as an absentee for all five court appearances, that is why the Honorable Judge were mandated to attach these three pending citations upon your case number, and then she passed you down to the department. And since I am the sergeant with the Jury Duty Commission Board, I did open your case file today, and you were one of the nominees that were labeled as an absentee, sir. These are just proper precautions that we do take
Uh,
at the
uh,
department before this do become a criminal matter.
okay, so what are we doing here? I don't understand what you're trying to. What are we doing? What's
All right, sir. What we are doing as of now, the only way that we could alleviate these citations and solidify your innocence in the database so we could close your case file and alleviate the citations is you coming down to the department today, sir. And you will be pushed through a signature analysis test. Are you familiar with a signature analysis test, sir?
no? I have no clue what you're talking about.
All right, let me fully inform you, sir. A signature analysis test is just something that we implemented as of 2021 down at the department. And a signature analysis test is basically going to solidify if this is your original signature that we do have on the summons that we did mail out to your residence December the 6th, 2024. And it's just a signature analysis machine, sir. It's just a machine that actually compares signatures. So we're just going to compare your original signature down at the department and the signature that we do have on file. Now, once we push those two signatures through the signature analysis machine, it normally take about 15 to 20 minutes to come back approved or denied. So if you come back approved, I'm going to notify you, sir. We will be able to alleviate the citations because it will confirm that this is not your original signature and that you're obviously innocent. So what we are going to do once we get that signature analysis test back approved, we're going to alleviate these citations and give you all the documentation that you will need before you leave the department today. But you're only going to be in the department about a half an hour. But I do need to provide you with the address to the department and have you come down here for about a half an hour to go through your civil process to confirm and solidify your
So
innocence that this is not your original signature.
so you're trying to say I need to come down to the sheriff's department today?
Yes, sir. Because now that your case number did get passed down to the department, this is the civil process. That is, you will not be turning yourself in as anything because these are not active citations. You will just be coming in contact with the Jury Duty Commission Board. That's all. And you only be here about half an hour, sir. I'm just going to actually take you through your signature analysis test, solidify the actual your innocence, alleviate the citations, and pass the actual case number along with your actual citations and your signature analysis back to the courthouse. So Miss Melody Wilkinson who can review that.
Okay. I
But
can't
that's
make
the only
I
way.
I can't make it today. Hello?
All right, sir. You couldn't notify me at this time why you could not come down to the department today, sir.
I'm at work.
All right, sir. That's why I asked, sir, because we do provide leave of excuses, and it will be notarized from the chief of police down at the department, and it will excuse you for any type of appointments, work of places, or anything of that nature for this legal matter. Because I'll be honest, this is the department. Once they see that notarized from the chief of police down at the department, and you do provide that, once you do get back to your work of place, they will excuse you, sir. So I do have something for you for any type of documentation that you will need for actually covering this legal matter today, sir.
Okay. Who is the chief of police?
All right, sir. I want to notify you, sir. The chief of police, as of now, that's Billy E. Wayborn.
Uh-huh.
I repeat, that's Billy B.I. I'm so sorry, Bill Bill Wayborn, sir. There's a Waybourn.
Okay.
And
Are
he
you
just want to basically know. I'm so sorry.
is he there today?
Yes, sir. He'd be in and out of the department, but we have all these pre-notarized documentations for any type of leave of excuses to just notarize you for, say, for instance, if you had a doctor's appointment around this time that I actually established a contact with you, if you were at your work of place, anything of that nature, we do have documentation, pre-documentation that already be notarized from the chief of police down at the department, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I can't come today. I'll be fired if I come today. So I can't be doing that.
All right, sir. Could you notify me why you will be fired if I have some documentation that will
Be,
excuse you from your residence, from your work
because
place today?
I am the only one on the job today and I've got to cover a position. I can't just not show up or just not be here. I can't, there's nobody to cover me today, so I can't just leave and leave our phones unanswered. There's no I can't I'll be fired if I do that.
All right, sir. What I'm gonna be honest with you, sir. It is in your best ability if you could come down to the department today, sir. Because I'm gonna be honest, once I leave the department, I would have to close your case file with either a silver action number, and that's the signature analysis test, or a criminal action number. And a criminal action number, that is me passing your actual citations down to the criminal division. And I did not want to do that, but I do need the
How
department
how
today,
late are y'all
round
open?
about roughly. I leave the department, I'm gonna be honest, the jury duty commission board, we leave every day about 5 p.m. But the criminal division, they be here 24 hours a day. So once I leave the department, the criminal division will get hold of your case file since it is still open. That is the only reason. I'm not trying to blow up any smoke up your ear or anything of that nature or be the bearer of bad news. But if I
Uh-huh.
could get about 30 minutes of your time, I did need you to report down to the department civilly so we could alleviate this, sir. Because I'm
So
going to be
you
honest with you, if not, sir, this could become a criminal matter. And you would have 3 blemishes upon your record. And once you immediately come in contact with law enforcement, you would get detained. So I want to be honest with you. If you could not come down to the department today, you would need an attorney present, sir.
okay, where do I need to come?
All right, sir. You need to come down to the actual department, and I am at the Tarrant County Sheriff's Office. Now, that is a 200 Taylor Street. I repeat, that is a 200
I know
Taylor
where it
Street.
is.
All right, and that is located in Fort Worth. You're talking about the one in Fort Worth, right? Because we have 2 different precincts now.
Okay, yes, Fort Worth.
Yes, it's the Tarrant County Sheriff's Office in Fort Worth, sir. And that's 200 Taylor Street. And I'll be here now. I'm gonna be here till about 5 p.m., sir. But if you whenever you can come, but it is best in your ability to try to come down here today, sir. I'm so sorry I didn't be the bearer of bad news, but you do need to report here to just simply go through your signature analysis test. You will not get detained, anything of that nature. You will just basically write down your signature. But before you go through this test, sir, the signature analysis machine, I'm going to provide you with the summons, and on that summons, it do have the signature that we do have on file. Now, I am already aware because I know my original handwriting. Once you see the signature that we do have on file, you're going to be way more comfortable with going through this process, this signature analysis test, because once you automatically see it, you're going to know in your head that this is your signature on file. You do not have to tell me
Well,
or not, but
I've
you're
got
going to
no
be notified.
I've got no problem with that because I didn't sign nothing.
All right, so you're going to get alleviated today then, sir. That's what I want you to say. I want you to say you did not sign anything so you can come on down here and solidify your innocence. I'm going by your word, sir. I'm not going against it. I'm with you. So I'm
Right.
just like,
Yeah.
sir, I just not cannot just say you go to the Melody Wilkinson and say, sir, and say, ma'am, he told me that he did not receive it or he did not sign it. I have to
It
have some
and
documentation
this was
behind
a
that, sir.
summons
So
for
therefore I'm
what?
going to
This was a summons for what? Jury
jury duty,
duty?
sir. Are you familiar with jury duty? Yes, it was a jury duty panel selection date. It's just your civil duty, and since it is federal, and since it is more than one court appearance, and since federal do be ongoing trials, that is why you had citations placed upon you. Now,
Okay.
with a state jury duty summons, it only be one court appearance, and you do not get any citations placed upon your background or anything. They just mail you out another information package. Now,
Okay.
since it is
I just
federal, and since it do be ongoing trials, that is why citations were placed upon you.
okay. I don't know anything about it.
I'm with you, sir. So that's why I'm just trying to solidify your innocence and close your case file before I leave the department today. That's all, sir. I'm with you,
It
sir. I'm
has to
not
be
against
done today.
you. Yes, sir. Immediately, if you could. It's in your best interest. If
Okay,
not, sir,
what?
once I leave at 5 p.m., I would have to transfer your case file along with these citations down to the criminal division. And you know automatically they're just going to activate them. They're not going to make any courtesy calls and say, sir, you about to have active citations, anything of that nature. They're the criminal
Okay.
division, sir. You already aware of that.
Well, then I guess I'll try to get down there. What was your name again? Should I ask for you?
Yes, sir. I am Sergeant White now, sir. I am with the Tarrant County Sheriff's Office, and I'm already be in the lobby. Once you get into the precinct, I'm just going to escort you straight into my office, show you the signature that we have on file, and then I'm going to have you write down your original signature on this documentation and push it through the signature analysis machine. Once we do that, you will be good to go. The results are going to come back that you are innocent and that someone obviously forged the signature and that the two signatures do not correspond with each other. And then I'm going to alleviate the citations and pass your case number along with this signature analysis test back up to Miss Melody Wilkinson, sir.
Okay.
All right, sir. So at this time, sir, what I do need to notify you about, sir, you have been placed under a MCO, which is a make and maintain contact order, and that was mandated by the Honorable Judge Melody Wilkinson. So I just want to notify you, sir, this MCO is a make and maintain contact order, and that basically means now that I've established a contact with you, and since I did notify you that you are labeled as a 1095, which is a non-compliant, non-responsive citizen, I do have to keep an open line of communication with you to avoid this from becoming a fleet and elude hazard. So to avoid that, sir, I'm be honest with you, if this do become a, like, say for instance, we were to disconnect this line of communication as of now, the database will give you 3 automated courtesy calls back. If we do not establish a contact with you after that third automated courtesy call back, we will the database, it will not be me, sir. The database will just automatically label it as a fleet and elude hazard, and they will transfer your case file and these citations down to the criminal division. I would not have any type of authority over that, sir. So
Okay.
to avoid that, that's why we have the citizen just keep an open line of communication with us, because this phone call, like I said before, is being recorded and monitored for your safety as well as the department. So this just basically have to for your safety, sir. So we do have to keep an open line of communication with you, meaning that we do have to stay on this phone call until you get down to the department today.
I'm sorry. You have to. I have to stay on the phone while I come down there.
Yes, sir, because if not, sir, do not take it personal. These are only policies and procedures because you were labeled as an absentee. And at this time, you do have pending citations steaming into the database. So to avoid the database from shifting your citations down to the criminal division because of a fleet and elude hazard, it's like you're basically not in compliance, we just keep an open line of communication with you, sir, and just record this entire call until you come into the department.
So, I guess I'm missing that. So I need to go get in my car right now while you're on the line. Keep you on the line and drive downtown to the sheriff's department.
Yes, sir. I'm so sorry to put it blankly like that, but yes, sir. But do not take it personal. These are only policies and procedures that we do have to uphold at the department to avoid this from becoming a fleeing and elude hazard. Because at first, all we did, we made courtesy calls, informed citizens, but we had a lot. Once we did that, just ended the line of communication. A lot of citizens disregarded the whole phone call and didn't even report to the department, and we end up having to actually make it a criminal matter at the end of the
It,
day. So what we
is
started doing, yes,
is
sir.
is Bill Wayburn down there by you, by your office?
No, sir, not as of now. He's not in the office as of now. He just left out, but he do be back and forth. He be in and out of the department.
Okay. Can I call him and try to get him on the line?
All right, sir. So you want to get the chief of police on the actual line of communication?
Yeah.
You could try to just meet with him once you come to the department. You didn't want to come down to the department, or did
Why?
you want me to just transfer you over to my superior, sir?
No. Why don't I try to call him because I have his cell number. He's part of my family.
All right. So what we could do, sir, if you want to actually contact him, you could do so as of now. We just have to keep an open line of communication with you, sir.
Okay.
But
Well,
you're
that's
safe to do that if you wanted to. But what I was going to do at this time, I was going to transfer you over to my superior, so you can just get a little bit more information and
okay.
just a little bit. So what I
Okay.
am going to do, sir, let me transfer you over to my superior as of now, sir. Could you please hold for me?
Sure.
Thank you.
Hello? Hello?
Okay, yes, sir. It's Lieutenant Brian Taylor. You can just transfer it over to me from the Tarrant County Sheriff Office.
Right. Okay. How can I help you?
Yes, sir. So I'm just going over that file, see what all that deputy did brief you over. So you didn't receive nor sign that summons, sir?
No, I didn't receive any summons.
So you don't remember it at all? Is it anyone at that home over the age of 18 that could have possibly received it and signed it for you?
Well, yeah, I've got kids, I've got a wife, but nobody's ever said they received anything from me.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to get you put in the system for a DNR and a DNS that's indicating that you did not receive nor sign that summons, okay? And now, if I can't get that override in the system, would you be able to come down here to the sheriff station if it do require your physical presence to do a signature analysis?
No, not today. That's what I was telling the guy.
Yes, sir. So it is going to require you to come down here today. Otherwise, sir, those files will go to the criminal repository side, and they will, have those warrants issued for your arrest for that failure to appear, contempt of court, and avoiding civil duties. So that's the reason why it's requiring your physical presence to come in today.
Okay, are you downtown Fort Worth with the sheriff's department?
Yes, sir.
Can you walk in there to Bill Webern's office for me?
No, sir. I'm not in that. I'm not in his department, sir.
Okay, well, let me try to call him. I've got his cell number. Let me see if he'll answer. He's part of my family,
Alrighty,
so
sir. That's fine.
we'll see. I don't understand what you're asking me to do. Take off work, but I can't leave work today. Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir. Are you still with me, sir?
Yes.
All right, sir. What we are trying to do, sir, at this time, sir, we just trying to have you come down to the department. That's all, sir.
And you didn't hear me. I cannot leave work or I'll be fired.
All right, sir. Well, I don't know what you want me to do at this time, sir. So did you just basically wanted to disregard what held in your own hands or anything? But the only
No,
way I had for you, sir, to alleviate these citations was to confirm that this is not your original signature, sir. That's all we tried to solidify as
can
of now.
can you hold on 1 second for me?
Yes, sir.
All right. You still there?
Yes, sir. Are you still with me, sir?
Okay. Yes, sir. Hang on one
All right,
second
sir.
for. Hang on 1 second for me.
All right, sir. Yes, sir. So as of now, just notify me what's your choice of options, sir.
If you can hang on 1 second, I'm trying to find out what my choices are. I'm gonna have to call my boss and see how I can get off work.
All right, sir.
All
Take your
right.
time, sir.
All right.